I just walked out of Costco and I need to show you this. There are some really solid deals this week, one that looks healthy but absolutely isn't, and one that might actually change how you think about your morning coffee. Let's go through it. Hey everyone, welcome back. If you are new here, I'm Claudia, a holistic nutritionist and hormone coach. And most of the women I work with are busy, ambitious, in their 40s and 50s, running business, having a full-time job, managing families, and trying to feel like themselves again. And all want more energy, want to reduce inflammation, to have a stable weight, and have a clear head, without turning food into another full-time job. That's why I love doing this Costco breakdown, because healthy eating isn't about buying the most expensive wellness product in the store. It's about knowing what's worth it, what's not, and once you buy it, how to use it in your real life. I'm not looking at a perfect kitchen, but I'm looking on a Wednesday afternoon when you are tired and dinner still needs to be served. So today I'm walking you through the next week grocery deals that are actually smart buys, the one I would personally put in my cart, and a couple that I would leave it right there on the shelf. And I will tell you my personal favorite at the end because it's probably not what you think. Okay, let's start with this one that expires March the 1st. So if you find something that you like on this list, make sure you reach out to Costco before March the 1st to grab one or two packages. The first one is Felicia Organic Red Lentil Penne. There is $2 off and now you can buy this for $7.99. All right, can we talk about lentil pasta for a second? I know what you are thinking. Claudia, I don't want said healthy pasta. That is exactly what my clients said before they tried this. And then they try it and they message me saying, why did I wait so long? So here is the thing. Look at the box. There is just one ingredient in here. Red lentils. That's it. No enriched flour, no stabilizer, no gums, nothing that you cannot pronounce. It cooks like regular pasta, so the texture is good. It doesn't fall apart if you cook it properly. Nutritionally, this is where it gets interesting. Regular white pasta, it's mostly refined carbs, right? It digests quickly, it spikes your blood sugars, and then you get hungry again an hour later. This penne pasta, they have about 11 to 12 grams of proteins per serving and significantly more fiber than regular pasta. That proteins and fiber combo, it slows digestion big time. And that means more stable blood sugar, more sustained energy, less why am I starving again an hour later sort of questions. And if you're trying to manage weight and reduce inflammation, that really matters. Now here is a practical tip. So I said it's good if you know how to cook it. First of all, don't overcook it. Check it 2 minutes earlier than you think. Pull it just before al dente. It cooks faster than the regular pasta. Here is my favorite dinner. Olive oil, a handful of spinach, a tablespoon of pesto, and 15 minutes, done. Or you can use it exactly like your regular pasta. Mix it with meat sauce, arrabbiata, in cold pasta salad. Think of it not like a diet pasta. This is a smarter pasta. And for $2 off, it's a grab. The next one on my list is WakeWater Electrolytes. And there is $9 off right now, and you can buy the whole bag for $29.99. Don't skip this because you think it's a fitness product. This is about why you feel exhausted at 3 p.m., why your brain feels foggy, why you get random headaches, why you slept fine but still feel, a little bit off. A lot of the time, you don't realize when you are dehydrated. Now, dehydration is not just about water. It also includes electrolytes. WakeWater has 0 sugar, has a pretty clean ingredient list, and is sweetened with stevia. You get 30 packets, lemon, lime, and fruit punch. Here is what matters, like electrolytes like sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium are minerals your body burns throughout constantly. And if you are stressed, you burn throughout more. Magnesium alone, it's involved in over 300 processes within your body, like sleep, mood regulation, muscle relaxation, energy production, just to name a few. And many ladies don't meet optimal intake level. How to use this? Put 1 packet in your first glass of water before your morning coffee. It's just a small shift and it takes almost no effort to actually incorporate it in your day. And there is $9 off right now, and that's a very good deal for an electrolytes bag. The next item is the little duo potatoes. There is $2 off right now, and you can buy this for $5.99. So this deal expires March the 1st. Okay, I'm going to defend potatoes, you will say. A nutritionist who's telling you to eat potatoes has been dragged for years, and I'm done with it. So yes, they are part of the Dirty Dozen list, but here is the nuance no one talks about. Detectable pesticide residue does not equal dangerous level, and the Dirty Dozen list looks at the pesticide residue. Keep that in mind. If organic is available and fits your budget, great. If not, just wash them, cook them, and don't panic. Nutritionally, potatoes are rich in potassium, actually more per gram than bananas. They also have vitamin C and B6. And here is something people don't know. When you cook potatoes and let them cool completely, they develop what is called resistant starch. Resistant starch feeds beneficial gut bacteria and have a smaller impact on the blood sugar levels. That batch-cooked cool potato is metabolically different from the hot one that you consume. Here is a tip. Boil a big batch on Sunday, cool overnight, and during the week, you can reheat with a little bit of olive oil and herbs. You can make a potato salad with Dijon dressing, and you can smash and then roast it in the oven until crisp. So you don't have to complicate side dishes. You just need some repeatable one that you can cook again and again. And for $5.99, this is a solid pantry staple. The next one I have, it's a seedless grapes. For $3 off right now, you can buy it for $9.99. So first thing I do when I get home, I freeze half of the bag. Frozen grapes are the easiest way to handle a sweet craving without diving into the processed snacks. They take longer to eat, and they really feel like treat. So nutritionally, grapes contain resveratrol, a powerful antioxidant linked to heart health and healthy aging. They also contain compounds that support melatonin production, which is interesting if sleep is something you are working on. There are other ways to use them just beyond eating them from a bowl. You can add to arugula salad with feta and walnuts. You can add them to your cheese board. You can cut them in half and mix it in a chicken salad. These are simple, elevated recipes that takes pretty much zero effort to make. Next, Nature Touch Organic Very Berry Burst. This is $4 off right now, and you can buy it for $14.99. This is always in my freezer. Organic strawberries, wild blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. Let's settle up something. Frozen, it's not inferior compared with fresh. Frozen berries are at peak ripeness and go straight into the freezer, which locks in their nutrients. Comparing with fresh berries that have been picked, sitting in a truck, then a warehouse, then on a shelf for a week, have already lost a part of their nutritional value. Don't let the freezer aisle make you feel like you are cutting corners. You are often doing the opposite. You are choosing more freshness. Berries, especially the wild blueberries and blackberries in this bag, are some of the most antioxidant-dense food on the planet, loaded with anthocyanins. Those are powerful antioxidants compounds that help reduce oxidative stress and chronic inflammation. And chronic inflammation is connected to fatigue, joint discomfort, brain fog, hormone disruption, just to name a few. Consistently eating berries is one of the most practical anti-inflammatory habits you can build, and it's so easy to start doing that. You can add those in the smoothies with proteins, add it to your Greek yogurt with almond butter. You can add it to your overnight oats, or just simple eat a bowl of berries with a nut butter on top. And for $14 right now, for organic berries, that's a yes for me for sure. All right, these next deals expire on March 15, so you have a little bit more time to go and get them. So check the list, and if there is something that you are interested in, make sure you go to Costco to grab some before the deals end. The next one on my list is Poppi Classic Faves Soda Variety Pack. There is $8 off, and you can buy it for $19.99. And the deal expires on March 15. Okay, so let's talk about Poppi. You've probably seen this all over social media. It's the healthy soda. It's cute, it's trendy, and yet I do buy it from time to time. But I wanted to give you the real story so you hear something else a part of the marketing campaigns. First, each can has about 5 grams of sugar. Comparing that with 39 grams in a regular soda, that alone, it's a massive difference if you want to keep your blood sugar steady. There are no artificial sweeteners, no sucralose, no aspartame. That matters, and that's a good thing. It contains prebiotic fiber from agave inulin, and flavor-wise, it's actually enjoyable. It doesn't taste like punishment and does not have an aftertaste. Each can contain about 2 grams of prebiotic fiber. Research suggests you need closer to 3 to 5 grams daily to see real changes in your gut microbiome. This is not a gut healing supplement per se. It's a better soda, and if you understand that, that's fine. Your gut is being supported by vegetables, legumes, chia seeds, whole food in general, not one Poppi. But if your 3 p.m. habit is something with 39 grams of sugar, changing to Poppi soda, it's a huge upgrade. And for just $1 a can, it's a reasonable swap. You can make fancy drinks. Put it over ice with fresh mint and lime for an afternoon mocktail. You can impress your guests with mixed strawberry lemon with sparkling water and fresh basil. You can use it as a base for your low sugar party punch. As long as you remember that this is not a probiotic supplement, everything is fine. So this is still a soda. Next item is the Royal Harbour Wild Haddock Fillet. There is $6 off right now, and you can buy the whole bag for $22.99. This is my favorite from the entire list. And I know it's not flashy. You will say, okay, it's just fish. But hear me out. Wild caught, MSC certified sustainable, no additive, individual vacuum packed, made in Canada, being pre-packed. It's so easy. You just take out one fillet, the rest stays perfectly sealed in the freezer. There is no food waste, and you don't have to stress what you're gonna do with all the leftovers after tonight's dinner. Now, nutritionally, haddock is such a smart choice. You are getting about 20 grams of lean proteins per serving. This is a low-fat fish, which is high in B12. This is important because B12 deficiency is more common in ladies in their 40s and 50s than most people realize. Fatigue and brain fog are often the first sign of B12 deficiency. It also contains selenium, which supports thyroid function, and thyroid issues become more common in midlife. And it's also low in mercury, so you can eat it weekly without worrying about toxicity. Taste-wise, it has a mild taste. It takes on whatever flavor you give it. And as a texture, it's flaky, and you can add it very easily to different dishes like tacos and bowls. If you are thinking that you are bad at cooking fish, you are not. You just haven't tried this one yet. Here is a very simple method for you to try. Lemon zest, minced garlic, olive oil, salt and pepper. You bake it for 12 to 15 minutes in 200 degrees Celsius oven. And that's it. That's your dinner. Or you can pan fry it in butter or olive oil for 4 minutes per side. For a golden crust, you flip it over another 4 minutes and your dinner is ready. Or simmer it gently in broth with leek and cream for a simple chowder. So you see, nothing gets complicated with this fish. And as a side dish, you can use one of the potatoes we talked earlier. So this one goes in my cart every single time it's on sale. The next one on my list is Love Beets Organic Cooked Beets. There is $350 off right now, and you can buy the whole box for $10.99. And this expired on March 15. If you are a bit skeptic, this is your moment. These are organic, pre-cooked, pre-peeled beets that you just open the bag and they are ready for you to consume. If you think you hate beets, it's probably because you had the cane vinegary one. So these taste earthy, slightly sweet and tender, and these are completely different than the one coming in the jar. From the nutrition point of view, beets are rich in dietary nitrates. Your body converts those into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide helps your blood vessel relax and open. What that means is better circulation, lower blood pressure, more oxygen is getting to your muscles and your brain. So that's why the athletes use beet juice before training. They are also high in folate, which is important for cellular repair, and they contain betalains, which support your liver's natural detox pathways. This is a powerful vegetable that you should try to incorporate in your diet. You can toss it into arugula salad with goat cheese and walnuts, blend it into your smoothie. You don't even taste it, but the color, it's stunning. You can slice it for cheese boards. You can roast it with olive oil and thyme until it becomes caramelized. They make healthy eating feel like very fancy without a lot of effort. The next one is the Good Protein All-in-One Shake. There is a $16 off right now, and you can get the whole bag for $63.99. Alright, so let's talk protein. This pack usually lasts 2 to 3 months, so this is a great deal if you are looking for a plant-based proteins. One scoop gives you 20 grams of protein, and it's coming from pea and flax. It's a plant-based protein that has all 9 essential amino acids. Plus, there is greens, mushroom complex, probiotic, prebiotic. There is no sugar, and it's sweetened with stevia. It's good to have it handy when you want to swap from the animal protein base. Protein is the most underrated nutrient in midlife. As estrogen declines, muscle mass becomes harder to maintain. Muscles affect metabolism, strength, stability, and blood sugar. Most women I work with are not eating enough protein, period. A clean shake on a busy morning is one of the easiest ways to close that gap. It's still a supplement, and yes, I prefer the real food. But when you don't have the time for real food, this is the perfect way to add proteins to your diet. Combine it with almond milk, frozen banana, and almond butter, stir into your oatmeal, blend into your pancake batter. It's practical, and sometimes practical, it's helping you reach your proteins. Then last one is the organic blue mussels. There is $4 off right now, and you can get these 2 boxes for $11.99. Nutritionally, they are one of the most impressive foods out there. It's a complete protein, extremely high in B12. One serving can cover your daily requirements. It's high in iron, important especially if you ever struggle with low iron. It's rich in EPA and DHA, omega-3s, the same omega-3 you buy in supplements form, and they have one of the lowest environmental footprint of any animal protein. And that's a lot of muscle for $11.99. I know you might be scared, but cooking them is easier than you think. You need a big pot, butter, garlic, and shallots. Add a splash of dry wine, add mussels, lid on, 8 minutes, done. You can serve it with sourdough. You know, this feels like elevated restaurant-style meal, and it's not complicated. You saw it. And remember, it's very nutrient-dense, so you have to try it. Special mention, all-clad D3 stainless steel cookware set, 13 pieces, is on sale right now. $250 off, and you can buy it for $1,000. This is not food, but I would feel bad not mentioning it. All-clad is the cookware you buy once and genuinely never replace. It's the kind of deal that doesn't come around that often. And if you are looking for a set, this is a great moment to get it. Now, what to skip? I saw the Fontaine Sante traditional hummus is on sale, $2 off, and you can buy both containers for $5.99, but also the individual containers are on sale. But I want to be upfront, so I don't have anything against Fontaine Sante as a company. They make good products, but this specific one I'm personally skipping, and I want to show you exactly why, because I think it teaches you something useful about reading labels. Looking at the ingredients, you see after chickpeas and tahini, the third ingredient is canola oil. If you eat once in a while, it's completely fine. But you have to remember, canola oil is a highly processed seed oil, very high in omega-6 fatty acids, and it has no place in a traditional hummus recipe. Like real hummus, the thing that has been made in Middle Eastern kitchens for centuries is simple: chickpeas, tahini, lemon, garlic, olive oil, and salt. That's it. Canola gets added by manufacturers to cut costs and improve texture at scale. You are essentially paying for a product that has been diluted with a cheaper, less healthy fat. And here in the good news, making hummus at home is genuinely one of the easiest things you can do. Open 1 can of chickpeas, you drain the water, save a bit of liquid because you will need later, 2 tablespoons of good tahini, the juice of a lemon, 1 clove of garlic, and a generous drizzle of olive oil, and a pinch of salt. And you blend it. Then add a splash of the chickpeas liquid. to get the consistency you like. Done. It takes 5 minutes and tastes better than anything you got from the store. Here is another tip. You can double the batch and it keeps in the fridge for a week. So finish it with a drizzle of good olive oil and a pinch of smoked paprika, za'atar, or ground cumin on top. You know how to serve hummus, right? With sliced vegetables, warm pita, or you can use it as a spread or on grain balls. Once you made it yourself, you'll never go back to buying again. And the second item I want you to skip is Lavazza coffee. Now, there is $5 off for 1 kilo of coffee, and you can get that for $19.99. Let's talk about coffee for a minute, because most of us drink it every day, which means the quality matters most than we usually give it credit for. Lavazza is genuinely a good coffee. It tastes strong, rich, that proper Italian coffee shop style. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. And ingredient-wise, it's just coffee bean, no additives, no filler. So what's the issue, you might ask? So the issue is how the beans were grown. Let me give you a really simple coffee lesson. This is a blend of Arabica and Robusta beans. Arabica is the smooth aromatic variety. Most specialty coffees use it. Tastes stronger, more bitter, higher in caffeine, and cheaper to grow. That's what gives crema aroma its intensity. This coffee is not organic and it's not fair trade certified. That means the beans were almost certainly grown using pesticides, and coffee is one of the most heavily sprayed crops in the world. Coffee beans are also very porous and absorb their growing environment easily. If you drink this every single morning, that pesticide exposure compounds over time. Here is the flip side, because I don't want you to feel bad about your morning coffee. Coffee is actually good for you. It's rich in antioxidants and polyphenols that lower chronic inflammation and support blood sugar regulation. The research on moderate coffee consumption is largely positive. And I'm not telling you to stop. I'm telling you to upgrade. 2 brands I personally use and genuinely recommend. One is Kicking Horse Coffee. It's organic, fair trade certified, 100% Arabica. This is my daily coffee. It's very smooth, it's clean, and it's not bitter at all. You can find it at most grocery stores, and they have it at Costco as well. Another brand I use is Ethical Bean Coffee, also organic and fair trade, and they are very transparent about exactly where their beans come from and how they are processed. Same morning habit, same coffee, it's just better option. So you don't have to give up coffee. You just have to be smarter about it. All right, so that's your next week Costco breakdown. Eating well doesn't mean buying everything labeled healthy. Offline, it means knowing what actually supports your body, helps your body, nourishes your body, and what is just sounds good when you look at it, and then when you check the ingredients, it's a pass. So you can really eat clean at Costco without making a huge effort. You just need to know what to look for. My personal favorite this week is the wild haddock. I like it because it's wild caught, sustainable, no additives. There is $6 off. It's individual pack and lasts months in the fridge. It goes in my cart literally every time I see it on sale. If you want to add more fish to your diet, I think now is the best time to start. If this video helped you shop a little smarter, hit that like button so I know to keep making this. If you're not subscribed yet, join our community. I do these breakdowns every week, so you don't have to guess what to buy or what to leave on the shelf. If you want help turning grocery like this into meals that makes you feel good, have more energy, you have better digestion, and support your weight loss, head over to my website, claudiaholisticliving.com. Everything I teach there is built around real food and keeping things simple. And if you want my Costco 2026 favorites, that video is right here. Keep it simple, keep it real, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao!